The 2015 Polyglot Gathering is brought to you by italki. Become fluent in any language.
So, let's start. So, why Esperanto helpt und inspira lerni otras langues? Summary. First of all, I'll talk about some historical part, then something about Esperanto, and then we will go in the real interesting part of the presentation, that is why it helps. So, namely, I have pointed out some characteristics like easy, logical, propedeutic, well, there is misspelling, sorry, propedeutic, creative, neutral, travels, and philosophy. Oh, by the way, interrupt me as soon as you have questions. Okay, so, philosophical ideas. Donc l'idée d'une langue auxiliaire internationale est née, disons, la majorité des projets ont été commencés au XVIIIe siècle, pardon, 19e siècle, mais on peut déjà faire commencer notre histoire un peu plus en arrière, au XVIIe siècle, notamment avec les langues philosophiques a priori. Eso significa, estoy hablando de, particularmente de George L. Gardner, John Wilkins. Estos eran filósofos que no pensaron en una lengua de comunicación internacional, sino eran filósofos que pensaron en una ontología, diríamos hoy en día, o sea, una clasificación de las ideas filosóficas en una especie de árbol. Ahora os voy a enseñar. No, entonces, un momento, me falta una cosa. Un momento. Ok, pardon. Diversos ejemplos de ontología, ne vere reglata al lingui. Eso es un ejemplo de ontología. El ejemplo podría ser que, por ejemplo, tenemos cosas concretas y cosas abstractas. Luego, entre las cosas concretas tenemos animales, plantas, minerales, y luego una taxonomía, por ejemplo. Una taxonomía es una ontología. Y entonces, con esa clasificación de las ideas, luego en cada nudo se pone una letra, por ejemplo, T, A, K, O, y la palabra, por ejemplo, de esta, de aquí, se hace siguiendo las letras del percurso en la ontología. Taco. Esa sería taco. Esa sería taca, por ejemplo. Is that clear? Or not at all? Yes? Okay. So this is just an example of some first philosophers that thought in some concepts about planned languages. Okay? Even if here the goal was not to have an auxiliary language, so it was not thought to be easily learnable, was not thought as a communication language. But we can see also that, for example, Descartes, il avait déjà l'idée de créer une langue de communication internationale, notamment qui avait parmi ses concepts le fait de pouvoir utiliser la même racine en changeant une désinence, pouvoir faire avec la même racine le verbe et le substantif. Donc, un suffixe pour le verbe, un suffixe pour le substantif. Leibniz aussi, il avait parlé d'une algébrisation du langage. Donc, il essayait de réduire les idées à ces éléments primitifs, ces éléments constituants de base, et après associer à chaque élément constituant une racine, et après donc le mot composé, ça serait la composition de ces racines. Je vous fais un exemple que je prends de l'espéranto, parce que l'espéranto reprend beaucoup de ces idées. Por ejemplo, okay, let's say in English, fine. When you say, I got a fine, okay? Fine is a punishment in money. Now, in Esperanto, money is, the root is mon, and the root for punish is pun. So, fine in Esperanto is mon puno. Okay? So, this is basically the same idea that Leibniz talks about, more or less. Okay? So, this is just to tell you that Esperanto was born up from nothing. There were many other plant languages before, not many, but some, and for sure many after Esperanto. Namely, I would like to cite Novial from Otto Jespersen, that was a very important linguist at the beginning of the 20th century, and Latino sin inflexione from Giuseppe Peano, that was one of the most important mathematicians in the same time, in the same period. So this is just to tell you, Esperanto is not the only plant language, it's only probably the most, well, no, surely the most spread, the most used, but not the only one. Maybe not even the best one, but for sure the only one that today still has a huge movement, festivals, internet sites, Wikipedia in Esperanto. Chuck, do you know anything about it? And so, okay, now something about Esperanto. Okay, why it helps, and okay, no, sorry, here there is a small error. Why it helps, easy, logical, propedeutic. Why it inspires creative, neutral, travels philosophy. So there is something missing. So the first line is why it helps, the second is why it inspires. Okay, we are going to see these 7 points, not in this order, but just remember that I'll talk about these points for this aim. So first of all, l'espéranto c'est facile. Là, je vous présente juste en synthèse quelques considérations de base, quelques informations de base, pour vous faire comprendre vraiment pourquoi c'est facile. On a O à la fin de chaque substantif. En tout cas, le O, ça marque le substantif. Donc, par exemple, avec la racine téléphone, oh, sorry, non, je commence par la phonétique. En phonétique, en espéranto, elle est très simple. Il y a 28 lettres et 28 phonèmes. À chaque lettre correspond un seul phonème et à chaque phonème une seule lettre. Donc, très très simple. Luego, como morfología, las raíces no cambian nunca. Así que no hay morfología, no hay cambiamiento morfológico. Ahora, teléfono significa la idea de, bueno, de teléfono, ¿no? Claramente. Con O, eso es un sustantivo. Así que es el teléfono. Con A, es un adjetivo, o sea, telefónico. Con E, es un adverbio, telefónicamente o por teléfono. Con I es un infinito. Llamar, se diría en español. Creo que existe también telefonear, pero no se usa. U es imperativo, teléfono, llama. As es el presente. So, for example, telefonas. Mi is I, me. So, mi telefonas, I call, vi telefonas, you call, li telefonas, he calls, etc. And then is for the past, so mi telefonis, vi telefonis, li telefonis, os for the future, us for conditional. And that's all. I mean, this is, I think, already half of the most important rules of Esperanto. I mean, the structure is already here. So this is why it's easy. Now, there are many studies. You can find more information in internet about the easiness of Esperanto. I just cite this one, but there are really a long list. This was in the 20s at New York. The aim was to research on the question if and to what degree a planned language can be more easily learned than an ethnic language. And these were the conclusions. It is possible for the average student to understand written and spoken Esperanto in 20 hours, better than he can understand French, German, Italian, or Spanish after 100 hours. 5 hours of study to learn German give practically no results. Well, I agree. Of course. 5 hours of Esperanto study are enough to give a general idea of the grammar of the entire language. And for you guys, probably 1 hour is already enough. In general, in a time limit from 10 to 100 hours of study, the results acquired in the study of a constructed language are practically from 5 to 15 times better than those obtained after the study of an ethnic language. And for native English speaking students, the results of studying Latin, German, or French are better if such study is preceded by that of the planned language. Okay, this is actually, should move it to another part, is about propedeutical, the fact that Esperanto is propedeutical. Anyway, it was among the conclusions of this study. Now let's, it becomes a bit interactive now. Let's play a bit with let's play the game. So Esperanto is logical. First of all, mal signifie l'opposé, comme en français heureux, malheureux, par exemple. Alors, à votre avis, donc pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas l'espéranto clairement, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire malbona? Ouais, mauvais. Voilà. Il y a un autre microphone ou pas? Bon, je vous laisse voir s'il y a un autre microphone. Ok. Après, donc mal, et donc ça marche toujours. O sea que se puede siempre añadir mal y hacer el contrario. Bueno, siempre, cuando tiene lógica. Claramente, la oficina postal, el contrario de postal, no significa nada. Pero mal se puede aplicar cuando es un adjetivo y tiene un grado y vamos al opuesto. Otro sufijo interesante es em. Em significa tener una tendencia hacia algo. Por ejemplo, dormi es dormir. Dormema es sleepy. O mangema, ¿qué significa mangema? Yes, no, hungry estus, it would be malsata, so the opposite of, how do you say sata in English?
Satiated.
Huh?
Full, satiated.
Satiated. So in Esperanto you would say malsata, so the opposite of satiated. But mangema means someone that has normally tendency to eat. So it's in Italian un goloso, un mangione, greedy, yes, concerning food. Yeah. Yes. Okay, and so on. Then ul means person. An example, faco means domain, faculo means expert. So the person of the domain is the person of this domain. In is for female, and like in German, Professor, Professorin. And this final J is je, pronounced je, and it is for plural. So, professorinoi, qu'est-ce que ça signifie professorinoi? Qu'est-ce que ça signifie?
Female professors. Female professors.
Female professors. Oui, exactement. Et donc tous ces affixes sont toujours utilisables. Donc il n'y a pas d'irrégularité. Alors maintenant, je vous demande, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire, à votre avis, mal sexe mulinoi? Yeah. Microphone?
Non, je sais pas. C'est le sexe, la femme qui n'a pas le sexe.
Non, c'est pas la femme qui n'a pas le sexe. Non. Yeah?
Unattractive women.
No, this is not unattractive women. Yeah?
I would assume asexual woman.
Asexual. No, it's not asexual. Okay, so. Oh no, sorry. There is a. There is some. Because I had to redo the presentation. It's mal sam sexe mulinoi. Sorry. Yeah, now this is a PDF, so I cannot change it. Okay, so it's mal sam sexe mulinoi. I'm sorry.
Heterosexual.
Yes, exactly. So heterosexual women. Okay. So you know how you can really play with the roots and understand words that, I mean, if a Chinese has to learn this word in English, well, heterosexual is not probably an easy word for him. But here you can understand. You can think about it and understand the concept. This is a long example, of course, but you can apply it to many other simple things. Otro ejemplo, Junular gasteiestrino. And here, aquí no he puesto las divisiones entre raíces. ¿Qué significa? Eso es más difícil. Yun es la raíz de young. Ul, ¿lo sabéis? Ar significa un conjunto, a set, un ensemble. Entonces, junularo es el conjunto de los jóvenes, de las personas jóvenes, la juventud. And then gast is like guest. Eie means place. For example, mangeio is the dining room. Estre means the boss. And then in is female, o is noun. So, Junular gasteio, what is that? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Huh? Hasto? Ah, hostel, yeah. Exactly, it's a hostel. Youth hostel. Gasteio, so it's the place for hosts, and then youth. Youth place for hosts. Junular Castello, and then estrino. Estrino is a female boss. So the female boss of the hostel. Okay? Okay, now let's see an example on why it helped me, not only me, but it helps to understand, to learn other languages. Donc, en espéranto, il y a un système verbal simple et régulier. Ici, par exemple, je dois vous montrer une chose un peu déjà avancée, en fait. Alors, par exemple, mi estas mangianta. C'est present continuous. I am eating. Je suis en train de manger. So, anta is the active participle. Present. Okay? So, mi estas mangianta, I am eating. Mi estas manginta. Manginta is, if you remember, was the past tense. So, in manginta is the past active participle. Something that in Latin languages is lost, actually. There is still there was in ancient Greek. Means that has eaten. So, manginta means that has eaten. Que, donc, qui a mangé. Qui ha comido. So, mi estas manginta translates what some languages have codified forms to. So, je viens de manger, c'est quelque chose qu'en français, il faut apprendre. Es una construcción que tienes que aprender y que se usa para indicar un pasado muy reciente. En Esperanto es, digamos, lo podemos encontrar en un esquema muy sencillo. Estas manginta. Y mi estas mangianta es el futur proche del francés. Je vais manger. Je vais manger significa voy a comer. I'm going to eat. So now I have shown these three central ones. Okay. So the presents, estas. Now you can copy and paste for future and for past. Yes.
C'est aussi comme je suis sur le point de manger.
Oui, oui, oui. So in the past, what is mi estis mangianta?
I was eating.
Huh?
I was eating.
I was eating. And mi estis mangianta? I was about to eat. J'allais manger. Okay? Mi estis manginta?
I had just finished eating.
I had eaten.
I had eaten.
Yeah, I had eaten.
I had eaten. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So something that in many languages has a specific tense for. In Esperanto, you can just construct it. Okay, and so you can fit it into a nice chart. Yes, and then for future, mi estos manginta. Mi estos mangianta.
I will be eating.
Je serai en train de manger. Mi estos mangianta.
I will be eating.
No, this is mi estos mangianta.
Mi estos mangianta.
Mi estos mangianta.
I will be going to eat.
Yeah, I will be going. I will be about to eat. I'll be. Yes, exactly. In italiano, starò per mangiare. And mi estos manginta.
I will have eaten.
I will have eaten. Et dans ce cas aussi, on peut voir qu'on a pour plusieurs langues un temps spécifique pour ça, futur antérieur. Ok. Alors ça, c'est un exemple pour vous montrer comme plusieurs choses de l'espéranto, ça c'est juste un exemple, il y en a plusieurs comme ça, peuvent après être réutilisées. Ah, j'ai pas dit que... donc moi je parle plusieurs langues, et l'espéranto c'était la première langue que j'ai commencé à parler. Et ça m'a aidé énormément pour l'apprentissage d'autres langues. Y esto es un ejemplo de una de las varias cosas que me han ayudado y que ayudan a aprender otras lenguas. Porque podemos hacer esquemas mentales de cosas que hasta en nuestra lengua materna nunca hemos pensado. Pero aquí están claras. No todo, ¿eh? Hay también tonterías en Esperanto. No, pero, digamos, son muy pocas. Y la mayoría de las cosas son muy interesantes. Así que eso es un ejemplo de cómo puede ayudar para aprender otras lenguas. Porque yo tengo un esquema mental y puedo hacer referencia a ese esquema mental para decirme, ah, bueno, acabo de comer es miesas manginta, claro. Tengo el esquema, todo claro. Y había comido, está aquí. Ah, perfecto. Un esquema claro, y cuando aprendo las otras cosas que son más irregulares en otras lenguas, las puedo poner en el esquema. Oh, Esperanto is creative. I'll show here a few examples of words. There are so many more that I should have written when I found them, or I invented them. But here are a few examples of words that sometimes happens that I'm talking to another Esperantist, and we just say a word, and we say, oh my God, this is fantastic, this word. I mean, I have never even thought about it. I've never heard it. And it's so synthetic. It's so expressive. And how would you say in your mother tongue? Oh, no idea. And how would you say in your... Oh, let me think in Italian. Really, I would need to use a long sentence for that. And so this is what is powerful in Esperanto. C'est une langue très créative. Alors, je vais vous faire des exemples. Sencravatulo. Qu'est-ce que ça signifie, à votre avis? Oui? Là-bas, ouais.
C'est un homme sans cravate.
Voilà. Donc, je ne sais pas comment on le traduit en fait. En italien, ça pourrait être un scravattato, mais personne ne l'utiliserait, si ce n'est pas un poète peut-être, hein, ne l'utiliserait parce qu'on ne l'utilise pas, ça n'existe pas. Par contre, on m'a raconté qu'on a utilisé ce mot dans une réunion, clairement parmi espérantistes, en la cual había, digamos, era una asamblea y había jóvenes que estaban criticando a otros, digamos, más importantes, pero más rígidos, digamos, con esquemas un poco viejos. Y uno de esos jóvenes dijo que había necesidad no de un gran profesor o para hacer una cierta cosa, era necesario tener un sencravatulo, o sea, alguien joven, dinámico, no formal, ¿vale? Esa era la idea. Y fue usado así, y me contaron, ¿no? que luego la gente se dijo, ah, qué interesante es esa palabra. Otro ejemplo. ¿Conocéis la paradoja de Russell? El conjunto de todos los conjuntos que no pertenecen a sí mismos, ¿es un conjunto o no? Es una paradoja de la lógica. Alors, dans ce paradoxe, on se dit par exemple, on prend l'ensemble de tous les objets qui sont bleus. Est-ce que cet ensemble appartient à soi-même ou pas? C'est un peu compliqué. I'll repeat it also in English. We'll take the set of all things that are blue, And the question is, this set belongs to itself or not? The answer is not, because the set of the blue things is not a blue thing. Okay? And so we were discussing about that, and a man came up with, yes, obviously, because bluezzo ne bluas. So ezzo means ness in English, or eating, ness. And so this sentence means blueness, so the fact of being blue does not blue, is not a blue thing. Okay? So this is another example that I like very much. That because often in languages, like in mathematics, words came up because we need a label for a concept that is more difficult and that we would need many words. If it needs many words, it's more difficult to use. So if I have to use many words for a noun and many words for a verb to express a verb, then we get lost in the sentence. But if we can create a new word and apply a label to this concept, okay, then we can say just X is Y, and magically all is clear. Okay, so this is why we need words and we invent words. And in Esperanto, inventing words is very easy. And not only it's very easy, it's very powerful, and also psychologically is very boosting, because you know that differently from natural languages, if you invent a word and it respects the Esperanto rules, this word exists in the same moment in which you have thought it. You don't have to wait for a dictionary to confirm that, yeah, okay, you can say that, or a native speaker. No. Even if there are native speakers, native Esperanto speakers, but it doesn't matter. You don't need them. Okay? So in this sense, it's a very mathematical tool, a very logical tool. Donc, bluets sont les bluas. Après, bon, un autre exemple beaucoup plus simple, c'est comment faire de in English to think something like, I don't know, how would you translate in English, Matt? You don't know? Well,
yeah.
Means I. No. I is yeah. It's no. It's not that. It's not that. Yeah. It's a general verb. In Italian would be causare. A volte in italiano si sente questa cosa magari tra adolescenti o tra quando manca il verbo. Causare means to do or to do. Well, it's a very general verb. So caffumi means caffeggiare, to coffee around, to mingle coughing, or so to stay around the table and take coffee and have time together. Okay. For example, in gufuyo ni cafumas au teumas. Okay. This is another typical thing of Esperanto, this umi, that allows to create many verbs that normally we are not able to translate in our languages. Ok, ahora os dejo intentar adivinar el significado de esta palabra. El litigio. El significa desde, lit es la cama, le lit. Ige significa, en español es difícil, sería llegar a ser o volverse. En français, devenir, to become. So, ¿qué significa el litigio? Pero, sí, levantarse de la cama, pero o es un sustantivo.
Claro, claro.
¿Cómo lo dices?
Recién levantado.
No, no es la persona, es la acción de levantarse de la cama. ¿Ah? The action of get up.
Llevarse.
¿Ah?
Llevarse. Like to get up.
Ya, pues,
Yeah.
¿cómo la plata?
To get up in the morning, like the first time.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But to get up. To get up.
Yeah, but it's a noun. So the getting up.
Oh, the getting up. Yeah, maybe.
Would you use it? Yes.
I wouldn't use it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in Esperanto, it's a completely normal word.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's not a special word. Okay. Okay. And then last example. What's that? Oh, okay. I'll go on. So this Esperanto is creative. Now, Esperanto is propaedeutical. Again, there is a long list of studies about that. I'll cite only the most famous one, made it at the University of Paderborn in Germany in the late 70s, early 80s. And in a few words, this was the experiment. So Group A had only English for 6 years. Group B had 2 years Esperanto and then 4 years English. And Group B spoke not only Esperanto but English better. So this was to prove that this is one of many studies, okay, that showed that at least in this study, Esperanto worked very well as a propaedeutical language because it helped to better learn other languages. Okay. And then I would like to cite Springboard to Languages, UK. There is a TEDx talk 2012 from Tim Morley that you can find online. It's very interesting. You know, TED talks 15 minutes, so it's quite short. And he speaks about the same concept. And they use it. They have a project. They for some years they are collaborating with schools in UK. Teaching Esperanto as a propaedeutical tool. Okay, now talking about inspiration, un'altra caratteristica importante è il fatto che ispira a imparare altre lingue perché si conoscono persone molto speciali, anche come qui nel congresso dei poliglotti, e in particolare ci sono molti viaggiatori, molti Benny Lewis. Benny Lewis is also an Esperantist, by the way. Il y a vraiment beaucoup de Benny Lewis dans le monde espérantiste. Mais de ça, je vais parler après. D'abord, je voulais vous dire que le couchsurfing existe dans le monde espérantiste depuis les années 70 ou 70. Et là, par exemple, c'est la carte géographique du Passporta. I forgot to write the name. Passporta Servo. So, Passport Service. Et donc ça, c'est la carte. Donc quand on se connecte dans le site, ça c'est la carte de tous les espérantistes dans le monde qui hébergent gratuitement. Et donc on peut aller, moi par exemple quand je suis allé à Budapest pour la première conférence des Polyglottes, je suis allé sur Budapest, il y avait au moins une dizaine d'espérantistes qui pouvaient héberger. Le premier n'était pas disponible. Le deuxième, il m'a dit écoute, j'ai un appartement complètement libre pour 3 personnes, donc si tu veux même inviter des amis, voilà. Bon, j'étais seul, mais j'aurais pu. Et voilà, c'est un exemple. Bon, moi je suis pas un grand voyageur, mais il y a des gens qui exploitent ça pour vraiment faire des voyages du monde seulement à travers l'espéranto, donc avec des cicérons locaux. Cicérons means local guys. So they can see the life from inside, okay? Living in families and only with Esperanto. I mean, I think it's quite hard to find such a yes.
Is there one in Antarctica there?
Yeah.
Am I just imagining?
It is possible. I mean, probably is a researcher. Yeah. Okay, now travels through Esperanto. Great Esperanto travelers. Marino Kurnis. Podéis ver su sitio internet Eurasia Pedibus Calcantibus. Entonces él ha hecho un viaje a pie. Bueno, no lo hizo completamente porque por razones burocráticas, pero hizo una parte de este viaje larga, por lo menos hasta Irán, y luego creo que hizo esto, volvió aquí porque luego tuvo problemas, pero todo a pie y con Esperanto. Luego Ben Fabrier, le vélo rouge.ch, il est suisse et il a fait ce tour en, je crois, 2 ans ou 2 ans et demi à vélo. Et là aussi, donc aller-retour en Esperanto, en faisant des étapes toujours avec des espérantistes. Des espérantistes qu'il avait connus dans des festivals, dans sa vie espérantiste. Et donc il avait des amis dans le monde partout dans le monde, et donc il a planifié son voyage et il a fait ça. Et donc là, vous pouvez voir plus sur le vélorouge.ch. Et troisième exemple, mais il y en a beaucoup plus, hein. Ça c'est juste des gens que je connais personnellement, j'en connais encore d'autres, mais je n'ai pas trouvé des images sur les internet. Voilà. Ça c'est une famille espérantiste de Genève qui a fait un tour du monde pendant, je crois, 2 ans et quelques aussi, toujours avec l'espéranto. Là, par contre, c'était eso era en camper. Y bueno, eso es el viaje. Sí, 2010, 2005, 3 años, 4 años, de hecho. Sí. Bueno, y tenemos ya unos minutos. Y para acabar, una de las cosas más importantes es la filosofía del Esperanto, que también inspira a aprender otras lenguas. El hecho que es una lengua neutra. Entonces el concepto es, yo hablo italiano, tú hablas alemán, él habla francés, nos juntamos en un festival de Esperanto, and we talk all a language that is neutral for everyone, so it's a second language for everyone, and so it's a communication équitable. How would you say it in English? Fair communication. And it can maybe seem a naive concept, but it's really a very deep concept. You can feel it when you use it. When you know that, for example, with a native English speaker, here the lingua franca is English, most of the conferences are only in English, and if you don't get a word, you are the handicapped people because you are not native speaker, so it's very important, this concept. So on the personal level, but also on big scale level, on the world level. And Peter Balas already talked about that a couple of days ago. Do we need a neutral language? So what was the title of your talk, Peter?
Does the world need a common language?
Yes, does the world need a common language? And about that, he already cited many studies. Among them, for example, there is the rapport Grin, G-R-I-N, that shows that from an economical point of view, comparing different scenarios for European Union, so mono-English scenario, mono-Esperanto scenario, multilingual scenario, from the economical point of view, the mono-Esperanto scenario would be the best one. This is only from an economical point of view. But then this, of course, is reflected in the fact that much of the culture, movies, literature, economics, everything is more and more in English. And so, of course, this gives the Anglophones, people, countries, a huge political and economical power, and cultural, and so on. So the idea of Esperanto, I think, is spreading also among polyglots. And what we have created here last year and this year, I think, is very valuable also because we are transmitting to the polyglot community many of the Esperanto traditions and ideas. Among them, the multilingual concert, the gufuio, and the alligatoreio, and so on and so on. So yeah, people with a special sensitivity to linguistic diversity, like polyglots, and a special passion for languages. So in this sense, I see big overlap. Of course, not every polyglot is an Esperantist, and vice versa. There are Esperantists that are not interested, yes, to learn many other languages, but there is a good intersection. Okay, Dankon. So, if you have any more questions, we have still maybe a couple of minutes. Otherwise, you can ask me later.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is there a downside to the systematic morphology of Esperanto? Do you lose something?
Not semantically. Semantically, you really don't lose anything, I think. But I can say the downside could be, for example, that maybe for... It's not a downside. I have to admit that there is, for example, there is a lack of vulgar words, bad words. But this is not in Esperanto per se. It's just that it's not enough developed, but it could be fixed easily. I mean, for example, the word for that's cool, it did not exist until how much? 15 years ago or 10 years? 15 years ago. And then in one festival, some people began to use a word, moyosa. I'll not explain now why, but began to, and then now it's an Esperanto word. So in certain contexts, yes, it is less expressive, but it's not in the structure. It's not a problem of the structure. The structural problems are others. For example, that there is, like in English, you have no difference between, or at least in the practical point of view, there is no difference between you singular and you plural. So you could, but it's not really used. Or there is no difference between which and who. So there are some practical things, but there's very small things. Yeah.
L'inconvénient pour moi de l'espéranto, c'est que ça coûte cher en voyage. Depuis que je parle espéranto, j'ai des amis partout dans le monde. Et ça me coûte la peau du cul.
Ok. Vous utilisez un terme technique.
Voilà.
Ok.
My grandmother in the 1920s was taught Esperanto in school, and I'm now just beginning to learn Esperanto. What do you think, aside from the language, has led to the longevity of Esperanto, its success over what is now over 100 years?
Sorry, I'm not understanding your words. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. So for a language a created language which has lasted for over 100 years, where other created languages have gone out of use, what do you think has been the main contributing factor to the success of Esperanto? Is it the other concepts in addition to the language itself, would you say? Or?
Yes, of course. The philosophy of the ideas about, behind Esperanto are a very important factor that keeps the community together. So this, of course, there is not only the linguistic point of view. That's why I wanted to talk at the end also about there is even a philosophy created by the inventor of Esperanto, Zamenhof, that is called Pomeranismo, and that is a very big philosophy that includes many other things, many other concepts. I'll give you just a few words: Linux, Baha'i, polyamory, even world coins like bitcoins. There are many intersections. For example, in the Esperanto world, you can find many Linux people because they share this idea of free software, and it's quite close to Esperanto idea. About Baha'i is a religion that recognizes all the big prophets of all the main religions. Okay, and they already in the 19th century talked about a world language, neutral world language. Okay, and the daughter of Zamenhof was Baha'i, and the Baha'i movement is very connected with the Esperanto movement. They support Esperanto, and among Esperanto there are a higher percentage of Baha'i than in the rest of the world, for example. So there are many concepts from in many different perspectives that are, or vegan also among Esperanto. I find many vegans. So in many aspects there is this philosophy that you can find many philosophical points with other domains.
That's fascinating. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think we have to close. Thank you very much. That's all.